All right, here we go again. Coming to you live from, if you can believe it or not, my garage. I've actually got a little setup out here, a little desk. The acoustics in my garage are surprisingly really decent. I guess there's just enough strange surfaces that, gosh, what's going on with this video? I'm just playing random videos from a set that I had made a long time ago. I'm not even sure where I got half of these. So maybe today we'll do a kind of freakier sounding textural thing. Guess what? Everything we do is a little textural, but yeah, maybe something to try to match the video today. So yeah, I'm in my garage. I had this idea. Maybe I would try to make tracks, sketches, whatever, in different spaces, just to see how the space might influence the track. I know there's a lot of theories out there that the acoustics of various spaces play into our mentalities when we're in those spaces, creatively speaking, psychologically speaking. So I'm just gonna give it a shot. I think I want to have a lot of fun with weird ideas um, throughout the process of these sketches. So I'm gonna try to do some in my backyard, maybe in my front yard, wherever I can honestly, not feel too super embarrassed talking into a computer, pretty much anywhere where there's not a lot of people around. Maybe I'll try to park at some point. Who knows? Who knows? I don't want to be limited by really anything. I think that is the key here, is to keep it loose, but also have fun, and try new things all the time, and really push to do something different. Although I tend to stick within the more experimental, abstract. I will occasionally do an ambient piece, occasionally play with some beats. I'm mostly trying to push my limits with these built-in Ableton effects and some VFX when I can. Although I'd love to keep these projects to a place where you guys can open them up later on and work with them, be inspired by them, hopefully, or just delete them because they're just too damn weird for you. Either way, that's fine. It doesn't even matter. I'm more doing this for myself, I'd say. I do like that sort of scattering sound we have going on there. Maybe I'll, or actually, no, I'll revert that and just slow the piece down to 80. Let's do 89. There we go. Some kind of dubby sounding. Oh, some note just popped out. I think something was is now resonating. I think when I played with this resonator here, and it is interacting with this corpus, maybe? I have no idea. No clues. I'm in such an autopilot mode when I do these sketches. Sometimes I don't even... Guess I would find out if I watched the videos, but I'm not going to be going back in time and checking these videos out at all, not one bit. Only moving forward. Besides, who wants to listen to their own voice? Alright, I definitely want to animate this here. God bless the hotkeys. Whew. Saving my life. So much time. Got our utility going here. Cool. Animate these as well. I want to animate everything. Animate, automate. Seems like same difference. And this one. I wonder what will happen if we record this clip and me playing with this. Maybe nothing. Let's check it out. Looks like each of my little movements was getting dumped into a little clip there. Okay, well, it's something. We'll use it. Copy. Switch back over to this clip. Find that. What was I animating there? Overdrive, granular operator. Adjusted params. Yep, there she blows. Go ahead and bring that over. Definitely looks nutty, but that's because we were dragging that start point while recording around, and that's how it goes. So we'll give it a listen and see if it's any good. It could just very well suck. These two things in sync. All right, let's give it a shot. Actually, let me delete this. Oops, I think because we have this on, it will only let me delete it. Yes. So many little tricks and pitfalls. I want this also to start here. We start way before, so it has to kind of play a little subdued like. Make sure my levels are okay. Seems to be fine. Okay, cool. As long as I'm not getting too drowned out. Not that it matters. Not that people want to hear my blah blah blah. Maybe some it helps. Or is useful. But we're keeping it pretty loose here with these sketch explorations. Sometimes, you know, things are going to be inconsistent. Like, I'm on my laptop right now, and before the laptop screen size was all zoomed in, you know, I wasn't even getting maximum amount of space to work with, which is just silly. I didn't even realize. So I fixed that finally. It's all going to be an evolving process. Let's get that video back in there. So almost isn't dark enough. But we've got 7th, 5th, 9th, you know, and that's a pretty standard melodic chord. You want to weird it out, we can have this smooth random here. Yeah, it kind of matches the weird smeary falling that's going on in this. Yeah. Getting dark. It's fun to try to play with video, trying to match the mood. I mean, I guess I'm like so many having that dream of, oh, it'd be great to work on a Hollywood film. Maybe one day. But part of me also doesn't really care. Kind of would love to retire. Like yesterday. Yeah, I definitely am hearing some fun stuff with this. Go ahead and make it 16. Why don't we just make it an even 17? Yeah. Awesome. Let's see how far we got there. Close enough. Bring this one in. Oops. One in. Oh, I guess I need to hold the shift key down. Oh, I forgot how slow that is. Go ahead and undo that. I think we lost. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and trim some of those dots. It's not that far, not that fast. And some vinyl distortion, perhaps. It could be really cool. Sure, why not? Anything should be able to go here. Definitely gonna get some reverb on this. And I think we want to make this mono also. Sure, why not? I can hear a really dark, tortured beat, like an industrial type of beat happening. See how far we got. Good enough. I think we want to automate that yet. Back in the day, you know, I could have actually also heard a track that just was, you know, this kind of stuff modulating for like 10 minutes. You'd maybe have one more layer, some kind of occasional, you know, type of... I could automate that or just play with, you know, the classic sample and hold era. Let's do a second layer. It does really amaze me sometimes how much you can do with just operator and the built-in effects in Ableton. Also bring it down into the bass zone and really kick up the res. With OSR, we'll get some kind of if we take this down. One thing I'm hearing is you know, it's pretty basic bitch in some ways, but sometimes you don't have to be super crazy to make a good track. I like that kind of phasing almost. Phasing, pitter-patter. Slow modulation. It's the kind of perpetual build-up, perpetual tension type of piece of music. Dark ambient is so well known for. Let's get that little flam thing going on every now and then. And this is almost making a flange type of effect now. I think the more feedback, the more flange we get. Pitter patter. Bass, then you have too much bass. I think I want every so often to have the volume of this pulled down, and then go for a while just So also curious what a corpus on this would sound like. Maybe a different. I find the wet and dry of the corpus a little odd. Even at very low amounts, it still comes through pretty strongly. It's almost as though the wet and dry is not a wet and dry at all. But this controls, it's like pre-final stage wet and dry or something weird like that. So I like to drop it in my own. Just gonna randomly dump some notes up in here. This layer I want to be more of a textural. Let's see what repitch sounds like. Alright, I'll take it. Change that repitch now that I'm hearing it. It's a little, can be a little goofy, a little too boingy. Of course, this mix could be completely terrible. I've been using my headphones for all of these sketches, and they are, I'm gonna guess to say, not the best for any good final mix. But the point of sketching is not for the mix to be perfect. It's just to get basic ideas out. Obviously, you know, if you can make the mix decent along the way, then hey, more power to you. Let's duplicate that and get another one of these in there. Almost like a rusty metal pipe being scraped against another rusty metal pipe. I do like the tones that come off of it. It sounds a bit, you know, shoot, oh, I forgot to turn that off. It sounds a bit indicative of this, derivative of this kind of, I guess you could say, a little bit like Otaker. Is that a bad thing? Is it bad to sound like a group who are as amazing as Otaker? I also want to sound... Sometimes I like to just pull the tempo way down and have a listen. I like that. I like it speeding up like that. We could map this tempo to a... map it to a MIDI controller. Now I kind of want to hear... we animate this, guaranteed we'll get some really nutty... Sometimes that resonator can sound pretty cool. Sometimes it can sound pretty obvious that it's just the Ableton resonator doing its thing. But once you start automating it, I think it hides itself a little bit from the obvious. There are other good resonator plugins out there. Reactor's got some nice offerings inside of it. Tritic, T-R-I-T-I-K, makes a nice one called Moodle. I'll add a low pass here. And a wet dry. I wish the EQ8 had its own wet dry. That would be sick. Would use that all the time. But instead I put it in my own little dry wet rack. And we'll make this one fade up. Give it really long amounts of time to fade in and out. So many other layers we could add to something like this, or textures. This is kind of sounding interesting, almost like a violin plucking. Again, I'm a huge fan of synthy sounds sort of mimicking nature. think there's a real art form there. Sometimes you just get lucky. I mean, for me, it is mostly luck, I feel. Because I'm just moving knobs and hoping for the best. We could add in potentially really stupid really fast arpeggiation to sort of contrast with the turn on my computer keyboard. I bet if we had enough effects, we can tame this. We can actually make it sound... I guess we could just turn it into an ambient wash. Easy ambient wash trick. Obviously reverb. Get ourselves a tremolo in there. Sort of add some, break up the monotony. And, besides... I usually like a good old-fashioned grain delay. Gosh, I use the grain delay so much. And then there's the, you know, the classic industrial beat. It's hard not to you know, work on a song like this and not want to at least experiment with a stupid beat. Doesn't mean it has to go into the final song or whatever. I should just really save a couple of these drum racks that I've been making in these sketches to pull up. Anything you can do to get yourself to the fun part faster, then you're doing the right thing. Get that snap in there. Yeah, this is the scene of the movie where the Dark Knight superhero whatever is, you know, driving down the roadway, and what to do to just break up the annoyingness of this generic sounding. Oftentimes I'll just find myself randomly dropping effects in, just hoping for the best. Maybe too much pipe. Or this could almost be like some garbage that Atticus Ross and Trent Reznor made. Actually, I do really like their film soundtracks. I say garbage a lot as a generic descriptor. Nothing's more garbage than what I'm working on right now, honestly. But this have that sort of industrial influence, and I do like that Trent Reznor, you know, he's transitioned away from the pop, you know, industrial, because basically his music became pretty pop, I think, once he cleaned his act up. Let's try an amp. keep going, adding all kinds of dumb layers, all kinds of garbage. I do like that kind of well, we could obviously record me moving this around. Fuck it, let's do it. All right, not you know, not right off the bat the best thing. See if I can track down that garbage. I just there I go again, calling it garbage. Everything is garbage. Well, we'll just consolidate that and delete everything else. We don't really want to be tracking. Let's delete. Cut this. We'll go ahead and keep that just in case. Yeah, I don't know, folks. I think we're better off with our original and just adding in like we've done in some past sketches. Gonna go ahead and get this slow random. This whole experiment today has been all about the slow random, brought to you by Slow Random. Let's get in here and yeah, let's do that thing and then do that thing. I'm gonna go ahead and do this thing. Duplicate these. We really want to, you know, nod off to the old Resi, and I do love me some early 9 Inch Nails. I gotta tell you, Pretty Hate Machine, Further Downward Spiral, Broken, Fixed. Oh man, and Downward Spiral, of course. All just, oh my gosh, I loved. I couldn't get enough of that stuff. So 9 Inch Nails, and I hear a lot of these you know, note progressions in their soundtracks. I just watched this movie called Mank, and Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross did just an amazing knockout job with the soundtrack, and some of the pieces has that classic Trent Reznor. I really like his note progression that he's just stuck with, and his signature. Just way too much of a nod. But for the hell of it, oh yeah, we gotta get some slow random and then call it on this one. You can hear him crooning out as we speak. Honestly, if I was a rocker who, you know, did my time and had my rise in the 90s or whatever, and then, like every great act, every great star, they have their day, then they get rich and famous, and they don't have as much will to fight or struggle. Classic. You just see that happening all the time. Well, yeah, obviously after that, I'd want to go off to Hollywood and do films and stuff and for money, and probably be a lot more interesting than hanging out on the road, on stage, dealing with Trent Reznor ripoff solo. N-I-N, nod. Alright, so I think we're good to go. Looks like we hit the 47-minute mark. Not bad, not bad. I mean, for a piece that's, you know, doing this kind of basic, more basic, I'd say, more industrial, commercial pop type industrial. Yeah, 47 minutes, not bad. I would love to get a little more. In fact, yeah, I had that idea earlier of getting a note gate in here, so we're not getting the exact same pattern every time with this. Yeah, this beat is almost, you know, the same as Closer. I mean, nowhere near as cool of timbre and percussive samples like he was using, but we could obviously put tons of effects and make it sound way more fascinating, I think, than... Maybe we want to modulate, or we could automate, whatever we want to do. So it's we're only getting the note gate to turn on every now and then. Atypical. I can't spell today, I don't even care. So really, if we turn this one off, I'm gonna kind of move this down here because I don't really feel like I like this solo. It was a fun little rabbit hole. And I think I want to automate turning this thing off every now and then. And I could also automate this, get a stack of automation, modulation, congregation situation. Oh, it looks like I am... Yeah, no, I think I am automating the proper. Yep. Yeah, I will add another one of these. I can also modulate this volume knob here. I typically don't, well, I will automate it on the timeline when I'm arranging, but I'll usually just put a utility in there and work, you know, and leave these all open-ended for, you know, if I'm going to map MIDI knobs to it, or... kind of like some of these sounds while just destroying the tempo. Yeah, some cheesy drum and bass. All right, well, that's it for now. Who knows what we'll get into next time in my garage. Hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll be sketching soon.